Just last week, I finished uploading 30 new videos in 30 days. What effect did it have on my new YouTube channel? I'm about to share the results from my 30-day YouTube challenge. Hello and welcome to Practical Personal Finance. My name is Andrew Shear, and this is where I give you the information you need to understand and succeed with money. I want to take a moment today to touch on a different topic than I normally do here. I know it's not necessarily personal finance, so if it's not your jam, no worries. Just check back in next week. Last week, I completed a 30 videos in 30 days YouTube challenge, and I wanted to make a video to reflect on my experience. I'll be discussing what my YouTube channel looked like before the challenge, how I prepared, what it was like uploading a new video every day for 30 days, and of course, what my channel looked like afterward. Make sure you stick around until the end, when I'll discuss the crazy things that have happened in the 7 days since the challenge concluded. And now for the part of the video where I politely ask you to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Please and thank you. A little more than a month ago, I read a book called Tube Ritual by YouTube guru Brian G. Johnson. If you haven't heard of Brian G before, I really recommend you check out his channel where he shares some awesome tips for building an audience on YouTube. I'll leave a link down in the description. In his book, Brian recommends pursuing what he calls a Tube Ritual 30-day challenge. Basically, he challenges you as a YouTube creator to upload 30 new videos to your YouTube channel in 30 days. After reading his book, I was convinced I needed to give it a try to get the ball rolling on my YouTube channel. I started the 30-day challenge on June 22nd. My channel was just 8 weeks old and really just beginning to take shape. During my first 5 weeks, I had uploaded once per week for a total of 5 videos. The next 3 weeks, I started making really short, simple videos so that I could easily add 2 more uploads every week for a total of 3 videos per week and 9 videos over that 3-week span. In total, I had uploaded 14 videos, and I was constantly posting my videos to Facebook and Reddit to get more people watching. YouTube was not doing much of anything at all to promote my content. With all that aggressive marketing, I managed to get a little more than 1,000 views, about 27 hours of watch time, and 65 subscribers. My videos had a total of about 3,300 impressions, 700 unique viewers, and an average view duration of about 1.5 minutes. About 300 of my impressions and 40 views came when YouTube briefly promoted one of my videos in browse features between May 14th and May 18th. This is when I got a little taste of what happens when a video catches the attention of the YouTube algorithm. All in all, in my opinion, my numbers weren't bad for a new channel, but I'll be the first to admit that if I wasn't plastering video links wherever I could for hours and hours every day, they would be a lot lower. I knew that doing the 30-day challenge was going to be difficult in my case without changes to how I approached making my videos. For my first 14 videos, I was researching and preparing a script, recording several different takes, and creating these charming, unique stop-motion graphic animations in Adobe After Effects. I was spending about 2 or 3 hours planning each video, a couple of hours shooting, and 6 to 8 hours editing and making the animations. I was very satisfied with the final product each time, but I could tell it wasn't going to be possible to do 30 in just 30 days. First, I had to figure out a way to make the planning process easier, including the research and script writing. The week before I started the 30-day challenge, I came up with a whole bunch of topics and did keyword research for each one to make sure that my content had a better chance of showing up in YouTube search results. Then I picked out 20 of those topics and wrote the scripts for each. This would help ease the burden of planning and researching during the challenge, allowing me to focus most of my attention on filming and editing the videos. Next, I had to figure out how I could make the filming process more efficient. Every time I filmed a video, I had to shower, shave, do my hair, set up all the lights and cameras, and set up the background you see behind me. And then of course I had to break down all the gear and put the living room back together when I was done. Even though the camera was only rolling for about 15 minutes for a single video, the whole process still took a few hours. I figured that if I could shoot 3 or 4 videos in one sitting, I could really cut down on all the time spent getting ready and setting up. So that's what I did. Whenever I filmed, I would do either 3 or 4 videos. In the end, I filmed on just 8 different days throughout the challenge for all 30 videos. Finally, there was the editing, which was my biggest concern. For most of my early videos, I would spend about a day editing each one. I decided to simplify my animations, since creating them was time-consuming. I just didn't feel that my audience was watching the videos for the animations. I felt that they were watching for what I was saying and for the content of each video. I looked at other creators in my niche and thought that as long as I was doing something more advanced, that I could still feel good about it. I made a template project inside of Adobe After Effects that I used throughout the challenge to create over 250 graphic elements for my videos. For the majority of the graphics, the template project did an outstanding job and saved countless hours of tedious work. Despite the simplified versions, I still received many compliments throughout the 30-day challenge about my graphics and animations. I call that a big win. With a bunch of my scripts written and my new efficient methods for filming and editing, I got off to a really quick start. Before I knew it, I was ahead of the game and scheduling videos to be posted 3 or 4 days in advance. This was very helpful when my niece was born about a week into the challenge, and my wife and I had to go dog sit for a few days. This meant I could take a break from filming and editing and work on more script writing. I picked up some great tips, like taking a moment to introduce myself and my channel at the beginning of each video, and designing my thumbnails in a consistent way. I decided to stop making the shorter videos, which were under 2 minutes long, because they weren't attracting the amount of views I thought they would. I originally thought people would love quick answers to commonly searched questions, but YouTube factors in total watch time on a video when displaying search results. This made it nearly impossible for these short videos on frequently searched topics to appear in search. Halfway through my challenge, my total watch time was going up because I was posting more frequently, but the average view duration was still about the same as when I started, about 1.5 minutes. I decided to double down on my decision to eliminate the shorter videos and focus on making longer content throughout the second half of the challenge. I beefed up the scripts that were already written to add more content to each video, and I didn't focus so much on brevity in any of my new scripts. The results were impressive, with the average view duration improving by over 1 minute for the final 15 days. One final thing I'd like to mention is the impact of researching the latest information and trends within my niche. Throughout the 30-day challenge, whenever I found interesting and relevant content in the news, I made a video about it. I did 6 videos like this in total, and they are by far the most successful videos, even though they all came toward the end. People were searching for this kind of content, and because there weren't a ton of videos made about it already, mine were showing up higher in the search rankings and getting a lot of clicks. Even if those new viewers didn't subscribe, it's a win because they'll still see my other videos pop up when they view the YouTube homepage. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the results of the Tube Ritual 30-day challenge. After 30 days, my total subscribers increased from 65 to 125. My total views went from a little over 1,000 to more than 2,100. Total watch time went from about 27 hours to over 68 hours. Overall average view duration is now just under 2 minutes, up from about 1.5 minutes. Unique viewers went from about 700 to now over 1,200. And impressions went from a little more than 3,000 to nearly 16,000. If you take a look here at some of the data, just from a visual standpoint, you can see the impressive increase in impressions, views, and total watch time as I went through with the challenge. Seeing an increase of 60 subscribers and 1,100 views, your first instinct may be to question how successful this challenge really was. While these are relatively small numbers, I was actually really pleased with the results. I went from 65 subscribers to 125 subscribers. Let me tie in some personal finance here. Think if you invested $65,000 in a company and 1 month later, your investment was valued at $125,000. You'd be pretty happy, right? I don't consider it a small achievement to essentially double in size in just 30 days. Add in the fact that I was able to streamline my video making process, hone my skills, and come away with a better idea of what content I want to create in the future, and it's hard to call this challenge anything but a success. A few days after my 30-day Tube Ritual challenge ended, and after I'd written this script, some YouTube magic started happening. The final video I had posted on the topic of how student loans are being affected by the pandemic started to get a boost in search results, followed by a boost in browse features. Because the topic was related to a few of my other videos, I've seen a boost in views for those ones as well. At the time of this writing, I'm up to 165 subscribers, which is exactly 100 more than I started with. Views are climbing quickly as well. I'm now at just under 3,300, about 2,300 more than when I started and 1,200 more than a week ago. The additional success has encouraged me to dive deeper into the topic of student loans. I'm hopeful this will lead to even better results on my future videos. If it were easy to get a new YouTube channel off the ground, everyone would be doing it. It's difficult, but that's what makes it so satisfying. What's something you've achieved in just 30 days? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Andrew Scheer, and I'll see you next time.